Hey there, everyone. So, I want to talk briefly about the nature of Mercury in the birth chart. And I really want to bring this energy forth or just conversation forth because Mercury is approaching a really intense retrograde cycle, in my opinion. It's going to be retrograde in Scorpio on October 31st, and I'm recording this October 17th. And if you're watching this at a later date, like years down the road, this information is still relevant. So I want to just talk about how to really look at Mercury in the chart and see how that energy may or may not manifest for you personally and how to work with that energy. So basically, my perspective in astrology is a combination of esoteric and evolutionary astrology. And this is why I call it spiritual astrology. It goes deeper than the personality, and it's more aligned with just evolution of one's soul. Why are we here, in a sense? Like, why are you personally here, and how can we align with our best life and our higher self, in a sense? And so, which I believe is really important. And so the whole point is to really understand how we can work with this energy, to accomplish what I said before as far as why we're here. And so the nature of Mercury in the chart in general, it represents our intellectual structure. It represents how we learn and how we retain information in reference to this purpose of why we're here. So it also indicates personal perspectives and our personal truths. It's how we see the environment externally from us, and how we either, how we see the weak links within our environment. And Mercury in astrology rules both Virgo and Gemini. Therefore, with the Gemini, it's more so external systems that we're looking at, and we're looking at the details, seeing the weak links, seeing the missing holes. And with the Virgo rulership, we're more so in looking at internal systems, whether it's within yourself, whether it's within the human body, computer system, anything like that. We're looking at the weak links within that internal system, and we're looking at how we can fill in those gaps. Mercury really has a desire to connect, which is how that element of communication and networking comes into play too. Mercury is essentially, and mythologically speaking, is a messenger of the gods. So it's wanting to connect things within nature and within a system. And so it wants to connect the dots. And so on a spiritual level, the goal of Mercury is to really attain higher consciousness, and it's moving more towards Jupiter and Uranus energetic influences. Jupiter correlates to the right brain and intuition. Uranus connects to just like this higher mind. It rules Aquarius, which is an air sign. So then it is bringing forth that ability with Aquarius. It's like the quantum reality, quantum perspective, quantum thinking, where everything's not linear. It's more so you're getting a bit of the past, present, and future, which is kind of those aha moments. So the goal of Mercury is to really move into higher consciousness, which is a combination of Jupiter and Uranus. And eventually, as we start doing our work, our desires are going to evolve towards letting go of just intellect and learning higher thinking. So if our perspective is fully based in intellect, it will, cause us to look at the world as inanimate objects, in a sense, look at everything as separate, which we're kind of in that state right now, to a sense, but we are coming back to oneness, coming back to, source within, which is this Cancer North Node energy. So we're moving towards looking at everything in our environment as a representation of us, and looking at even the planet as a living entity, and everything that exists within it. And so the goal of Mercury is to really express both higher intuition and concrete thoughts through discernment. And so bringing in that esoteric perspective of Mercury. Mercury is a sacred planet. In esoteric astrology, you have non-sacred planets, you have sacred planets. Mercury is a sacred planet. So energetically, it has the ability to call forth the virtues that are lying dormant within, that are waiting to be released, and really helping us to align to that self-realization, which is essentially what we call ascension as well. And just aligning with our higher self to align with that higher timeline. So when Mercury is retrograde, when any planet's retrograde, we are taking that energy, things are slowing down, and we are going more so within to to really find relief within any challenges that are coming through, anything that we need, any karma that we need to release. This is a point where throwing off that karma is accelerated, and we can get a lot done if we're able to really face the fears, face the shadow. Mercury being in Scorpio, that's going to be a big theme, as walking through our shadow, walking through the dark, themes of any challenges dealing with mutual resources, dealing with sexuality, dealing with power dynamics, anything dealing with the shadow, and just like this group energy in a sense. So it could be with family, it could be with a partner, a business partner. Any of those challenges are really going to come to the surface. And with this Mercury, being that it is Mercury retrograde, we're going to be guided to look at things from both a higher intuition and concrete thought. We're going to be needing to discern through any of this energy, anything that's coming through, which is really challenging because Scorpio is a very emotionally intense sign, but that is pretty much how it's going to play out. So I just wanted to briefly share this with you, just to let you know also I am offering personal astrology readings for Scorpio season with a focus on Mercury retrograde. So I'm offering this now. It's limited spots available, and I'm going to close this offering pretty soon because I want to make sure you have the information before, hopefully before Scorpio, the sun goes into Scorpio, and definitely before Mercury retrograde starts. So I hope you found this information valuable. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them below, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.